Alright everybody, Annie back again for our fourth Side Quests and Sentiments episode. Before we get started today, I have some really good news. I've been doing a ton of research on a lot of the Final Fantasy lore and basically reading through any books or websites that I can find, and when I do my streaming, I'm gonna have a lot of that like implicit within the streaming itself, so that if you guys do come to join me and watch, you can learn a little bit more about the entire story of Eorzea and Hydaelyn and all of that stuff. So I'm like really excited about that, and hopefully we can get to that here pretty soon. But for today, we are going to take a look at this area here. A couple of different things right here outside of Ul'dah. We are in Western Thananalan. Whoa, Black Betty Thananalan. Every time, dude. I can't help it. Alright, so we're gonna start. Let's go this way first. So we have a quest down here that we'll take a look at, right? But before that, I would like us to go do our customary rounds of seeing some interesting sights. So if you come over here to this part of the map, you will see that right over here we have the adjoining area of Ul'dah. So like this is where you would come out from Ul'dah to this area. Immediately upon coming out to this area, you're going to see an area called the 80 Sins of Sasamo. So this is actually a super interesting story, our first for today. Around about like 200 years ago, there was a princess, an Ul'dah princess. Her name was Sasamo. She was the second daughter of the house. So basically she wasn't going to inherit the Ul'dah throne. She essentially plotted to steal it. Before her plot could come to fruition, she was found out. And at the time, she was charged with treason. And her punishment for this crime, this plot to steal the throne, was she was made to walk 80 steps from just outside the city's gates 80 times a day for 80 straight days. So literally she had to come over here and walk like the 80 the 80 steps, and she would just walk back and forth 80 times a day. It is said that the last step that she took, which was essentially the last step of her penance, she fell to the ground dead. So, that's nice. But yeah, so that's really interesting. It's a really strange, I guess, punishment for treason, like, I don't know. It's very, I wish I knew more. I'll probably learn more, dig into that story a little bit deeper for our streams. But moving on, we are in Hammerley right now. And basically, Hammerley in Western Thanalan, it's, we've had the Alamegan, when the Garleans came and they conquered, so to speak, Alamigo, basically all the refugees have come to Ul'dah, right? And it's kind of like there's not enough room for them, there's not enough jobs for them, all of this stuff. So with Ul'dah kind of being overrun by a lot of these refugees, as you can see in here, there's like little tents around outside the city and stuff. A lot of the wealthier inhabitants of Ul'dah were like, we don't really like all of these poor people dirtying up our city, I guess, so to speak. So they decided that what they were going to do to combat this is to create some great estates over here in Hammerley. Now, they haven't been built yet. Right now, what we've got is the hammers that are out here. We'll go that way. You can see them here pounding into the ground. These hammers, named for like their direction, there's the south, the east, and the west hammer, are essentially supposed to be pounding the ground into a solid foundation so that they can build these mighty estates and move out here and not have to deal with all of the poor people, is basically where they went with that. So let's go down and pick up our quest while we're here. We can talk about a few other things in a minute. I've done so much. I mean, I'm looking at the creation story of Eorzea and learning about the 12 and the 7 hells, and there's just so much to learn, guys, and I cannot wait to make some more content that's going to help everybody else with all that. So let's see what we got here. The Silver Bazaar. This place was once like it was like the heart of all sea trade in Ulda. So everything came here through the Silver Bazaar docks. So it was just rich and plentiful, and there was just so many people living here and making a living. But now that they've created the deep harbor at Vesper Bay, up here, basically, like, people just don't come here anymore. You know, it's kind of like that railroad town or that mining town where you had all of this, you know, commerce here, and as soon as they found an easier route or a better way to do it, everybody left, and now we're just kind of stuck here. The folks that are just kind of stuck here trying to make their life or their living out of what's left, which has not, of course, been easy for them. So let's talk to Kiki Poo. Search and seizure. Kiki Poo is searching for someone to help her with the land prospectors who have their sights set on the Silver Bazaar. Oh, okay, so it looks like they're trying to get bought out. It's terrible, Enigme, simply terrible. Please, you must help us. You've already done so much for us, I know, but we are in grave danger. Danger ops. Those fiends have drawn a fake contract to sale and are trying to use it to drive us from the bazaar. Do you smell that, Kiki Poo? That's the smell of inevitability. You knew this day would come. You simply chose to fill the interim with resistance rather than acceptance. Brave but foolish. Who's this dude? Oh, like, he looks like a jerk. Back for more, Kenrick? How many times must I say it before it seeps into that thick skull of yours? I'll die before I see one elm of this land fall into your hands. Easily arranged, I assure you. Come, Kiki Poo, listen to reason. You know who we are. You know our deeds. You've no hope in this. Look at this miserable place, a stain on the map. You resist now, but I swear I will lay waste to those shabby tents and broken buildings, and when I'm finished, I guarantee you'll thank me for it. You stupid, foolish man, you couldn't be more wrong. We may no longer boast the visitors of the guild of the past days, but this is home to me and many more. Our memories are here, years worth of them, decades. We sweated together when we dug this well. We laughed and drank together in every festival, and we mourned together with each life the desert took from us. That is the Silver Bazaar. That is home. Those memories are what make this place, and I swear to the 12 above I will feed you whatever masters you serve your own manhood before I let you destroy it. Ooh, that escalated quickly. Stubborn girl. No matter. The sale is all but concluded. Look about you. Writs of seizure have already been posted. And I'd not think of taking them down were I you. End this futile fight, Kiki Poo. There are far more of us, and if you are truly willing to die for this place, we're more than willing to oblige. Oh, that did escalate really quickly. So, that guy's a jerk. Enemy, please! The writs of seizure, you must tear them down and chase Kendrick from here once and for all. So, like, I'm not one to say, hey, dude, we should totally stay in the same place our whole lives. You know, because I feel like And I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm the type of person who has never been like, I just want to have a house, you know, or whatever. Because I feel like if you're making your life better all the time, you're going to be moving up and you're going to be moving places, right? So I can't say that I'm the type of person that would sit in a little place like this that's pretty dead and be like, yeah, it's my home, so I'm going to stay here. But at the same time, that guy was a total jerk face, and I don't like him. So we are definitely going to help Kiki Boo here and be. And I get to actually pay Archer this week because we're in a lower level area and I won't die to some crabs. Alright, taking down this writ of seizure. Now the Silver Bazaar, man, it just sucks when some place was like hopping and then it's not anymore. I mean, it's pretty real. Like, I watch a lot of abandoned videos and stuff like that, like urban explorers, and that stuff really gets to me. It's so it's so intense. You just get that feeling of like, oh my gosh, look at all this like wasted potential. You can see this place, you know, it's run down, but look at that. I mean, like, things like broken houses and walls, they probably once stood beautifully in this market. And it's kind of sad. I mean, I guess progress will be progress, but that's capitalism for you, I suppose. I wonder, like, why this guy even wants to buy this place. You know, because like usually it's like we're gonna build a road or something, but what are you gonna road to? You know? Alright, you person I do not like. Let's chat. I thought you might be along. Pity you're too late. Demolitionists are already on the way. Every building bearing a writ of seizure will be rubble within an hour. Oh, well, there are none of those. The Brits, what have you done? But that means my men. No, that's impossible. The day may be yours, but I'll be back soon and with far more fearsome company. You have made an enemy for life, you fool. I won't be content simply to see the bazaar struck from the map. No, I will rest. Will not rest until its name is wiped from every history book in Eorzea. Dude, what is your problem? Like, why do you care? I am so confused right now. Somebody tell me why this dude bro cares so much. So Kendrick is gone for now, is he? That's certainly the brightest news we've had in a while, though I can't help but wonder about the more fearsome company he threatens to bring. I've never had a way with words, bloody paltry things, but we would like to thank you, Enigme. You have not just saved the Silver Bazaar, you have saved me. You have saved who I am. I can't tell if she's laughing or crying. I see now that I'll have to maintain constant vigilance to keep my home from harm, but it is a vigil I welcome. I will stand up to any threat that comes through that gate. And we'll stand with you. What is this? Oh, hey, you know, like where were you guys 10 minutes ago when I was fixing all this? Saw what you did for us, enemy here, chase off Kenrick and all. It's true, there ain't much worth here fighting for, but it's home, goddammit. And I, for one, ain't ready to give it up on it just yet. Sounded like you were pretty ready. Aye, this is home, and even if there's nothing left but sand and cracked stone, then I say we build something together right here. Yeah, let's build something. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And most of all, thank you, Enigme. There are no more fine garments of gold spun and brocade here. No more bustle in port with ships full of cargo and fish. But the better days live on in our hearts. We are the Silver Bazaar, and it is us. Our memories, our past, our history, that's what makes this place. So long as we remain, so too does hope. You taught us what it is to defend the home we love, and from now on we'll do no less for ourselves than you've done for us. I have a final favor to ask of you. This letter, I wonder if you would deliver it to Momodi for me when you next visit Ulda. She and I have been friends for many years. Let her read the words and she'll be able to give you the reward I cannot. Wow, so basically you're like, help me, but I can't pay you anything, and my friends aren't gonna help. Well, I didn't like that guy, so it's fine. I don't care. I want to know what he has, like, so against helping out this place. Man. Spotted Meadow? That's an interesting name. My associate and I want only to rebuild and restore the Silver Bazaar to their former glory. Unfortunately, several of the local residents continue to refuse our generous offers. They want to rebuild it and restore it to their former glory. I mean, the whole point was that it was a port that was important, and now it's not, so that seems weird. But anyway, let's move to our next location. Right here, actually. So this is the Beacon Hill Lighthouse, right? So back in the day when the Silver Bazaar was as, I guess, popular and rich and just the place to be, they actually had to put like a great bonfire on the hill here in order to see the ships safely to port, since all the ships were coming in from over there. And basically, once the bazaar was like super rich and everything was going good, they were like, maybe we should make a lighthouse that could help. So they basically got a bunch of money from the shopkeepers and ship captains, and they created this Beacon Hill Lighthouse, which is actually pretty. Alright, so if we are going to leave the Silver Bazaar and go back up towards the hammers, so there's not a lot of side quests in this area. Ooh, there, that's a Levy. For a minute, I thought that was the card game. I was like, I'll play some Triple Triad. Alright, Scorpion Crossing. We will head over here. I don't see any quests though. And Scorpion Crossing has been made famous, I guess, in a similar way to the Silver Bazaar. Essentially, the goods that go from the bay here, from Vesper Bay, actually come through here, and they essentially are sorted by quality and sent to Ulda. And then anything left over generally gets sent to the Silver Bazaar. Which is not a lot lately, mostly because, well, there is not a whole ton going on in the Silver Bazaar, and we have got so many folks, the refugees from Alamigo taking up resources, and that, Ulda's using a lot of stuff right now. Let's go ahead and talk to our good friend, Mamodi. Let's see, in the Adventurers Guild. So, Ulda, being a sultanate, does have some really interesting stuff, like, in its history. I guess the whole 80 steps thing is super interesting. Of course, like we talked about in our last video, the Dread Pirate Robert, what was his name? I can't remember his name now. The pirate that never dies, he actually his last raid was a ship with one of the Sultan's wedding gifts and stuff, so that's still floating around somewhere. And I am lost just trying to find the Adventurers Guild. Guys, don't mind me. I think I've told you before that I can definitely get lost in a one-room cave on a video game. Alright, Mamodi, what do you got to say about your dude bro friend at the Silver Bazaar? Did I do the right thing by helping them? Or did I just delay the inevitable progress? What's all this then? You got something for me? Here you go, Momodi. Here is a letter. A letter. Now, who would think to, Kickapoo? I haven't heard a word from that old gal in ages. How's the deer doing? Let's see here. That's Kickapoo, alright. Time was I used to call in at the Silver Bazaar quite often. This is back when it was still up the busiest hub in Thanalan, mind you. Old Kickapoo and I used to stay up till dawn talking about, well, whatever girls do. Kickapoo's the heart and soul of that place. Hells, even most folks here in the city still remember her name. Breaks my bloody heart to hear that her and them good folk were nearly forced from their land. Dirty business, that. But I'm not one to point to the point of worrying just yet. I'd wager Gil to Gabu Poop the Silver Bazaar will be rallying back to its former glory afore long. In any case, I thank the 12 you were able to help them. For you on behalf of Kickapoo and the Bazaar. Alright, sweet. Thanks for things. I'll take it. Oh, speaking of the 12, that is one of the things that I have been doing a lot of research on for our streaming time that's going to be coming here pretty soon. I have decided I'm going to build a Hrothgar character because who doesn't want to be a big buff cat man for the streaming itself. And I'll be going through the MSQ at first and trying to kind of intake more of it, talk about the lore, how the events in the MSQ tie into the events of the past of Eorzea, to kind of help give people a little bit of a bigger picture of what's actually happening here in the Hydaelyn versus Zodiark type era, to get us ready for Endwalker. So I'm excited about that, and you guys will definitely see me getting in here pretty soon. But that is it for now, so let's go ahead and make our due diligence teleport to the house. I still don't have any comments to help me with my house, guys. Please, I really need help. Subscribe, like the video, comment on my terrible home, and tell me what I should add to it. I do have something to add today, though, and it's adorable. I actually got it from my FC leader. Let's see. Come in here. I still haven't done a lot of work, but I'll show you guys some of the stuff I did outside. And I'm just gonna set it down somewhere because, like I said, I have no clue how I'm gonna do this house yet. But I do know that I have a fat cat sofa. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. Where am I gonna put it? Can it fit right here? Oh, look at my cat sofa. Okay, I should just make like a fat cat section of stuff, and a Tonberry section. There's just so many things that I would want to do. All right, let's come outside, and I'm hoping to get my hands on like the demon wall, and there's a big statue called the Fall of Divine, I don't know, something expensive that I want to put in the spooky part of my secret garden back here. And I've got myself a little like astrology thing and a log to sit on. I'm trying to decide what kind of bonfire I want right here. If you guys have a favorite, let me know. I also do want to decide what kind of stage I want to use for the downstairs area, so let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you prefer like the big square ones or the smaller circle ones? And what do you find them to be better or worse at when it comes to the housing fun stuff? Alright guys, that is going to be all for me for this video today, but please keep an eye on my Twitch channel, which I will be posting in this video description. And join me for a very hefty informational lore version of our favorite game, Final Fantasy XIV. I will catch you guys later.